This chat is about finding your mind, and a lot of times the things that we're focusing on and that we're going through, most of the time they have to deal with opening our mind. And a lot of the times that we open our mind, it comes from the place that we fuel ourselves and what we fuel ourselves with. And so, as I'm out here driving, as I'm out here focusing on that, what goes through my mind is the challenges that we face off against, the things that, some of us would basically throw in the towel on. And it comes down to the fuel. And what are some of the things that we put out there, and what are some of the things that we're actually getting after? And so that's the question I have for you guys today. What are some of the ways in which you're putting your mind to work? What are some of the ways in which the challenges that you're facing off against? Are you using processes? Are you using procedures? Are you using the ability inside of yourself to find truly who you are? And a lot of the times when we are working on things, they're not going to work perfect. They're not going to move perfect. They're not going to speak perfect. They're not going to come out of you the way in which you would want them to. And so, are we going to continue to let the challenges that we face off against be greater than we are inside? And, I enjoy to drive, and I enjoy to focus on driving because it is something that I can do, and I can do it well. It's something that I can focus on, and it's just me and the equipment that I'm using. And a lot of times we're too focused on everything else to focus on what we're doing for ourselves, what we're fueling ourselves with, and how our minds are going to work. And and I'm out here driving. What kind of mindset do you seek out after? What kind of path do you want? And that's the question that I ask myself every single day. Is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? And so here you are seeing me actually out there on the move, on the ability, on the mentality to get out there and actually get after it. And the thing that a lot of people, they lack is the ability of self-motivation. In other words, self-focus. And I had a customer the other day who was in the car, and that customer told me the thing in psychology that that a lot of people don't realize is there's no such thing as multitasking. Okay, and the reason why there's no such thing as multitasking is because whatever you put your focus to is what's going to happen. And a lot of times we're trying to put our focus to, I'm out doing food deliveries, and I've been a driver for 9 years, okay? And I've been a driver, I've done over 16,000 people, and I've done over 15,000 total people carry, and over 5,000 food deliveries. And I put over 300,000 miles on vehicles. And so back to what I was saying, when you put fuel in your car, for instance, what is it you're putting in? A lot of times people go to Costco, right? And they'll put Costco fuel in their car. They'll put Costco gas inside of their car, and then they expect that their injectors are going to work properly. They expect that their car is going to have optimum performance. But they don't focus on where their mind is. See, what you fuel yourself with, what you put your mind to, what you put your ability to, it actually is a part of how you perform. And when you put the wrong fuel in your car, when you don't put on clean clothes, for instance, when you don't shower, when you don't do those things that are actually going to bring the care out from within you, when you don't put your mind in a place. It's just like if you expect a car to work properly, but you don't air up the tires, right? If you're not on top of your things, then how can you expect your mind to open up to that point? And that's just an example. There's ways in which we can fuel ourselves through what we allow ourselves to absorb. We could fuel ourselves through what we put our mind to, what we put. When you get up, what is it? Are you putting the time into yourself? Are you putting the time into the ability to be who you are and to utilize that? And, if you're not spending as much time with yourself, preparing yourself for your day, the work that we do should be less important than our lifestyle. Our lifestyle should involve our work. It should involve our ability, our mastery to come from within, to be who we are, to use our mentality at that point should come from within, and it should reflect outwards. And a lot of times we don't focus to that point. We don't focus to the point where the fuel inside matters, where what you're going through is also seeking out after you. And it's great when I see a lot and a little show up in these YouTube channel, because what matters the most is your mentality and your utilization of what you do have. It's not what you don't have that matters. What matters is what you do with what you got. And a lot of times we feel like we can't gain that upper hand until we recognize that other people have had it harder than us. And then all of a sudden we realize so focusing on us. In other words, it's reflecting back. Hello, Alicia. And if you're putting your mind in the place to focus to that point, then the result is a reflection of achievement, of self. And when we're out there and we're getting after it, are we helping other people? Are we finding the way to continue to focus when other people would quit? And that's the question that comes down to the reason why I'm talking about fueling your mind. Because if you fuel your mind, then you arm yourself for your challenges. When you arm yourself for your challenges, then you let the universe do the work within you, and it works around you. And I've done that many a times in life. I did car sales, and I got to the $10,000 a month paycheck. I've been there. And let me tell you, what matters the most is how you feel inside, the ability to be yourself. And a lot of times we lose that trying to become everything on the outside. And when it truthfully, what goes on is most important is what's going on the inside. And so why do I enjoy to drive? Why do I spend my time doing that? Why is it important to go within to find the answers? Because that's where you're going to become best friends with yourself. And a lot of times becoming best friends with ourselves is the most difficult thing, because we feel like we can't. We feel like everything on the outside becomes greater than the person on the inside. That's why I spent 10 years doing meditation, because in meditation, you have to spend time on yourself. But at the same exact time, we live in a big world. And I spent a summer working with 2-year-olds and 1-year-olds. And during that time I spent working with kids, I recognized that kids are very, very special, the way their brains program, the way in which kids at 1 year old, they hold on to things. And they want to give you something that's very special. And as they grow to about 2 years old, they start to find a part of themselves where they see that things are bigger than them, that every experience that they have is amazing. And it's important that we find those experiences, that we find those ways inside of ourselves, that everything that we're doing in life is so big and it's so important. And you know, we start to lose our artistic ability as we grow. And it's inside of that we find ourselves. Like when I was teaching 2-year-olds, I had to do art projects and music and things that actually get the mind to learn. And it's almost like as we grow, we stop fueling our minds, we stop fueling ourselves, and we start to lose that artistic ability. And it's inside of expression that you find who you are. It's inside of expression that you find a part of yourself. And you know, it's when you're finding the things that are bringing you to a place where your knowledge is expressing outwards as reflection. And what do I mean by this? It's when the knowledge inside is reaching that point where what you're doing in your day is who you are. You know, and it's not just to be a content producer. It's not just, it's to be a legend. You know, there's so many people on this planet, we forget. There's a lot of people that can have kids and there's a lot of people that can't have kids. And it's, what are you leaving for others? What are you doing? What does it mean to be you? And I see a lot of people, they live their life paycheck to paycheck instead of doing the thing that brings them to a place of knowledge, a place of self-growth, of expression. And are we becoming who we want to be? Do we spend the time inside of who we are to truly be ourselves? And that is extremely important. At least I know, especially for myself, that gives me the ability to wake up every day. You know, I remember when I stayed in a sauna for 5 hours without walking in and out. And when I came out of the sauna and I went in and out for an additional 3 hours, that what mattered the most wasn't how I felt. It was who I am. And a lot of times we lose who we are. And it's a part of the social construct that causes that to happen. It's a part of that social construct that will ask you what you're made of so that you can express yourself to that point. And inside of being yourself, that's when every part of you opens up. And intelligence isn't just holding it all in. Intelligence is helping other people along the path, that you might leave a journey, that you might leave an ability for other people to say, that person came along. It's not having a generational length. It's about being the best self. It's about being that person who opens up the mind, opens up the ability inside, sees that it's not just about you, but because you came along, other people's lives changed. Because you came along, because you were simply yourself, because you are who you are within, that other people can have a better life. And so I'm out here in this world trying to make a change. I've been through a lot of challenges, and a lot of the challenges that I face off against, a lot of the things that I've gone through, they're not there to help me. And they're not there to hold me back. They're actually there to help me to grow. They're there to help me to be the best self. And they're there to find a way for me to want it more than anything, to be myself. And if I could share that with you, that your mind can either be your friend or it could be your enemy, then possibly what I put out there in this channel might be worth something to you. And so here I am putting air in my tires. Do we spend that kind of time on ourselves? Do we let ourselves get to that point where no matter our challenges, we are growing? And I'm excited to be here. Hello. And I'm excited that I can go through challenges in life, and that these challenges, that as they come, they're there to help us to grow. They're there to help us to become ourselves. And it's funny because the channel will grow on its own when your being becomes more important, when your being becomes a part of your path, a part of your journey. Then no matter the challenges you face off against, you're gonna find yourself. No matter the stuff that other people would try to get out of, it's not about letting go. It's about becoming. It's about utilizing your mind. And I enjoy all of you. I enjoy all that this life has to provide and that it has to give. And there's been a lot of times when giving up would have been the best solution. And then you look at it, because at that time that you feel like giving up, you can only see that the face in front of you is asking you the question. You can only see that the challenges that you're facing off against are asking the questions. But where is your true beacon? Where is your true light inside of who you are? What does it mean to be you? And can you find yourself in that process? That's the truth about it, is that your processes are also seeking out you. You see, when you're going through something, when you're facing off against challenges, when you're doing things on a daily that nobody else is willing to do, what is your life like? And I know a lot of you out there is not just how we are, but it's how we treat other people too. And when we're out there asking the world how we can grow, are we also asking how we can help other people? It's quite interesting that we can have the ability to have challenges, because when we have challenges, when other people let us down, they're actually lifting us up. When other people let us fall, they can also be the reason why we grow. When we let the things that other people would say about us become the reason why we're doing things, why we're becoming ourselves, when we're ultimately becoming closer to who we are inside, when we are not letting the challenges stop us. And it's quite amazing that we have challenges, because without challenges we would have no growth. Without challenges, we would have no ability inside of ourselves to believe in who we are. So here I am out here driving, doing something that I enjoy to do, and it's quite amazing. And I enjoy doing food deliveries, because it gets me to go air up my tires. It gets me to wash my cars. It gets me to have a reason to get up every single day. And some people say that's not enough. Let me ask you a question. What is enough? What is it that you do on a daily basis that brings you closer towards yourself? What is it that you do on a daily basis that lets you grow? Do you find it inside of yourself to be greater than the challenges that you face off against? Do you find it inside of yourself to be who you are? I'm so grateful there's live, man. Welcome to the channel, whoever just joined. Welcome to chat, asking any questions. We're talking about mentality. We're talking about the ability inside to utilize our challenges. We're talking about utilizing who we are to become that person who we want to become. And, you know, it's quite funny how in time, the challenges that people have faced off against, they've gone from the outside to the inside. You know, they're no longer allowing themselves to be held back by those challenges. And are we doing that is the question. Are we utilizing that part of ourselves? Welcome. Are we utilizing the part of ourselves where no one else is willing to go? Are we able to continue when other people would quit, when other people would throw in the towel and they would say it's not possible? And a lot of times that is the place where growth happens, and that is the place where what goes on within becomes a greater part of who you are. And I've been through some stuff that has made me realize that we're no greater than anyone else. We sometimes get caught by ego. We get caught by an ego that what we've done in life is so much more important than other people. And the ego itself. How you doing, Ethan?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm just running a video.
Yeah.
40, please.
Yep.
I hope what I'm saying brings joy to you guys. And I'm going to really start getting on here, and I'm going to start getting live on a daily. Because I'm out driving all day, and I'm delivering food, and I'm doing the things that I love to do. And, you know, it's a lot of the things that other people would not do that make somebody different. It's the airing up your tires every single day. It's the putting in the time. It's putting in the effort. It's putting in the ability when other people would throw in the towel, you know. And if I could give you an example, at least with my Prius, you know, I had a Prius in 2019, and the Prius broke down driving from San Diego to LA with 222.18. And so when that Prius broke down, I remember the customer gave me a bad review. I was out by Pendleton, and the review that I was given, it opened my eyes that there are going to be people that are going to judge you. There are going to be people that are going to hold it against you. And then when I came out to Arizona, my 2005 Toyota Prius, I got it out of an auction, and it had 299,000 miles on it. And this vehicle that I had, I drove it from where I lived to the valley. And when I got to the valley and I came back, my engine and my transmission melted. The line disconnected. And sometimes in life, you're going to have those kind of challenges. They're going to sit in front of you. They're going to ask you what you're made of. And they're going to ask you if what you're seeking out in life, do you truly want it? Do you truly want to be who you are? Do you want to truly want the challenges that are coming your way? And inside of that place, you can find a way. Inside of that place, you can let that stop you, or you can let that be the thing that helps you to grow. All right, Ethan, I'm grateful for you.
All right. So tires are getting a little bit more worn now. You're at 5, 4, and 6. 30 seconds there.
Cool.
Um,
I'll get that one rotated to the back, and I'll tear them down here soon.
yeah, that works. All right.
Thank you.
Should be good to go if I can just get them. Or
2999999. Yeah. Have a blessed day, my friend.
thank you.
So what's the difference between somebody who's willing to succeed and somebody who's not willing to succeed? Are you a person who success is the thing that you're after, or are you after a lifestyle of being yourself? And what does a lifestyle of being yourself mean? What does it mean that you're waking up and it's energizing your day and energizing your being? And what does it mean to be there? What is the mentality of a person who's not willing to give up mean to you? And I'm grateful you joined the channel. I see there's a person in the channel by the name of Catherine. Hello. Welcome all. This is a channel about uplifting, actually bringing your mentality to a place where your every single day grows, right? And I honestly, I slept in my car for 3 months. And when I was sleeping in my car, I was listening to motivational speakers like all day long, right? And as I was listening to these motivational speakers, okay, they started getting to me. They started to get to the mind of what did it mean to be you, Marcel? What did it mean? What does it mean to be who you are? What does it mean to be inside of yourself? And so I sat there sleeping in my car, asking myself that question. And what I came up with is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? And what that brought me to was realizing that we have the ability inside of ourselves to let everything that's not us go so that we can be ourselves, so that we can be selfish. Not selfish, but actually selfless. And a lot of people, they think that selfishness and selflessness is the same thing. In a way, it is. The people that you should have in your life, the people that are a part of your life, should be people that know you for you, that enjoy you for you, that are there in your life because your life path has them in it. It's like a tree. Tree grows. Tree has branches. And there's people that are meant to be a part of your life for a time. There's people that are meant to follow you, like those branches that grow up with a tree. And you're meant to be the root. And in meditation, the first pose that you have to learn is lotus pose. Because if you can't sit with yourself, if you can't sit with your thoughts, then you can't grow. If you can't find a way inside of yourself to be who you are, you can't grow. And I spent 10 years doing meditation to find this answer, to find that being yourself is sufficient, to be yourself is enough, that there will be people that will behind. There will be people that will come along into your life for a part of your journey. They're going to be there for a time, and they're going to be there in your journey. But it's up to you to ask yourself that question. You know, what does it mean to be me? And a lot of times we feel that the people around us, right? So I'll give you an example. When I was out here, and for 2 weeks I slept in my car, and I was delivering food, and I got a call from Finley, the Toyota dealership out here, and it was, would you like a job? So I got the job at this dealership. And when I got this job at this dealership, I started working. And when I went in for the interview, they said to me, go home and look in the mirror. Well, I didn't have a mirror to look in. And you're going to have times when it's going to come from within who you are that's going to radiate outwards. It's going to be difficult to achieve your dreams. It's not going to be easy. But when you truly spend the time on yourself, you no longer just that you're facing off against, when they become a part of the reason why you are who you are, that's when great things happen. When people know you for you, they care for you for the person that you are inside. You know, it's amazing how much our minds have the ability to open up or close. And there's a lot more people out there that have a closed mind. They don't believe in themselves to the point where what they have within is true growth. It's quite sad, actually, because knowledge is important. The expression, the self being, to open the mind to the point where nobody else is willing to go, is scary. See, when our being becomes more, when our being becomes a place of self, when other people's lives start to get affected because you came along. And you know, there's so many people that feel that the only way is by having little ones. But we're only here for one life journey. We're only here for one path. We're only here to find ourselves and to find our being. And you know, in that process, we can at least help other people. We can at least believe in ourselves enough to not let ourselves go from who we truly are inside. And I enjoy these videos because that's what it does for me. It allows me to ask myself every day, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Because if it's not one of the three, I don't want it in my life. And that's where I ended up leaving the dealership from. Because you have to remember that your life path is important. That your life path is what you are seeking out after. And I feel that a lot of the challenges that we go through, it's just as simple as finding a part of yourself, you know, and there's going to be challenges in your day. There's going to be challenges in being who you are. But are you willing to stop thinking that you're not enough and start to believe in yourself? You know, when you lose every single thing that you have, it's quite amazing. What happens when you lose everything? I mean, then you lose fear. See, because you have nothing. And that's when you find that everything is important. Every part of your day, every part of your being, everything is important. And I'm not willing to give up that part of myself. And because that part of oneself is more important, the ability to focus becomes more important. And when your ability to focus on your dreams, when your ability to focus on your goals, when what you are seeking out after is also seeking out after you, that's when major changes happen, right? And I can't express to you as much as possible what you can do in this life. There's so many blessings, there's so many reasons to actually be here. And when I'm out here doing food deliveries, you know, it's just awesome because I have the time to sit down and listen to motivational speakers. I have the time to sit down and put it out there into the universe. And we all have that ability. It's the question isn't, do we have that ability? It's, do we utilize that ability? You know, every single day of this life that we get to breathe is important. Your very essence is important. Your very being has a purpose to be on this planet. And you know, it's not just today. It's not just this week. It's every life experience. And that's what 2-year-olds have taught me. They've taught me that we've got to get our artistic ability back. We got to get our ability to be who we are within back. And a lot of the challenges that we're facing off against is just finding ourselves. Is just ultimately expressing who we are within. And there's too much blessings on this planet to forget about. There's too many people that are in need of you because you came along. And there's a lot of people out there that feel like, well, if I don't have a family, then I can't do anything. No, man. It's the person who you give the chip to. It's the person that you can become that's important. When you see those parts of yourself, when you see those parts of who you are within, when your challenges no longer hold you back, but they actually help you to grow, that's amazing, right? To me, amazing is when somebody hears what I'm talking about and they start to believe in themselves. When somebody hears what I'm talking about and their challenges start to become a part of their dream. See, we sometimes hope that things will become lighter instead of getting out there and doing it ourselves. And when we get out there and we do it ourselves, then we're living life. You know, a life of growth, a life of being, and a life of purpose isn't just doing everything perfect. Nah, it's making mistakes and growing through them. It's making mistakes and finding a way to be yourself. It's making mistakes and finding a way to open up your being when others would just give up. And they do give up. There's a lot of people, they give up on their dreams, they give up on their goals, they give up on their ambitions because the first time things fail, they don't try again. They don't put in the time, the effort, the ability. No. But the thing is, you can do that a little bit at a time. You can do that a little bit at a time to the point where the challenges no longer have the ability to hold you back. And a lot of people, they're afraid of that. They're afraid that if this doesn't work, then we'll have to find another path. And possibly inside of that path is yourself, is your ability, is your mentality. And so, are we putting the rapport out there? Are we getting out after it to the point where no matter our challenges, sorry, I had to get a report message out. So now I'm heading to go do a food delivery through Chick-fil-A. Right? If I can inspire you, you know, to achieve your goals, to achieve your dreams, if I can inspire you to go within for the answers, you know, like go within for the solution. Okay, everything on the outside is jacked up. So what am I going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to let it stop you? Are you going to let it hold you back? Are you going to let it be the thing that tells you it's not possible? Or are you going to find inside of yourself what is possible? And what is it that is possible to achieve? See, a lot of times that is where we forget to write things down. That is where we forget to spend our time on top of who we are. I don't think you're out there for nothing. I don't think you're out there. I don't think you were born on this planet to not have yourself. I don't think you were born on this planet to not be who you are within. And I definitely don't think you're on this planet for nothing. And so even that person that feels that they've made many mistakes, even that person who feels that it's not possible, it is possible to find yourself. It is possible to be who you truly want to be. It is possible to achieve your dreams. But you've got to want it. And that's what a lot of people lose out on. They rob themselves of that ability. And I'm here to tell you that you have that ability inside of who you are. I'm here to tell you that there's many that come along in your life to be your branches. There's many that come along to ask you what you're made of. To see it definitely am out here to ask you that question. For Heather?
For Heather? Yeah. I'll check on your order in just a second.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I find the fun in actually doing this deliveries. You know, as I pick them up and I drop them off, I actually find them pretty fun. I'm just sitting here in a Chick-fil-A after doing air pressure on the tires, working and having fun. Remember, you can have fun out there if you put your time and your effort into the things that you wanted to do. You know, I definitely did.
What was the name of your
Heather.
Heather?
How's it going? At Chick-fil-A picking
They're
up.
making it right now.
All right, about how long?
I'm not sure. But
Okay.
They're making it right now.
All right, thank you. Hey, thank you for checking on that.
Heather? Deliveries for Heather?
Yes. Have a blessed day. See, anything that you do in life, you can have fun with it. But you have to let that energy flow through you. If you use the technology within, then the external becomes the ability. And it's super important that you do that on a daily, because then it gives you a reason for life. And I remember when I had nothing and recognizing that we have everything, even when we have nothing, is amazing. Because when you have nothing and you're grateful for everything, then everything finds you. And I don't want to have a life of everything. I want to find a blessing in everything. I want to find a way that dropping this off was the reason why I was here. Being in the person that, is grateful for everything they have doesn't mean that we don't have challenges. It doesn't mean that we don't face off against challenges. What it means is that we become a part of the present moment. And a lot of times I know, at least for myself, lose touch with the present moment. And for the longest time, I let that part have a greater role in my own life. I let ego be greater than the ability to be artistic, the ability to find ourselves and to find joy in our everyday, But the richest thing on the planet, I know, at least to me, is being ourselves. Ultimately, being who you are within. And there's a lot of times that challenges, I guess they almost stop you to check to see what it is you truly want. And is what you want truly this? Is it this thing that you're doing? Is it going to be what you want inside? And I can't live a life of not being myself. And when we truly find growth inside, isn't when everything is going right. It's when we're working through challenges on a daily and we find joy inside of our challenges. When we find joy inside of that place through reflection. It's not when you're on the single delivery. It's not when you're making a person smile. It's when you're truly inspiring them by going through the challenges that you're ultimately going through on a daily basis. And it's beautiful out here. It's beautiful any day that we're awake, that we're walking on this planet. And our breaths, they do matter. Your being, it does matter. The ability inside of who you are to continue when other people would just give up matters. And so it's exciting to have challenges, because without them there would be zero growth. Without them we would be left without any dreams being fulfilled. Without challenges, there would be no place of joy. Because joy comes from appreciating the knowledge of the things that you're going through. It comes from utilizing the parts of yourself, the parts of your being, and the ability inside of who you are to believe in yourself. See, it's ultimately a reflection that what we see on the outside, and what we're really dealing with on the inside is how well we can focus, what our knowledge is, what is it inside of who we are that is allowing us to open up our mind. And it was so much fun I have doing these food deliveries. I have a blast. But it's almost what it means to be you. You know, it's not just in the challenges that you find yourself. It's in the process, in identifying the positives in our lives. It's in identifying that who we are within matters. You know, I'm not out here for nothing. I'm out here getting after dreams, goals of being oneself. You know, the question isn't when you have everything, is life going good? The true question we should ask ourselves is, are we making every single day that we want it to be? If today was I had the last day on this planet today, how would I? I'm not afraid of going to the Most High. The blessing of the Most High is to live our life. It's to be a part of this journey, to be a part of this path, to be a part of this purpose, that we might enjoy our path, that it opens up in front of you. It opens up in front of you as you're working on it, as you're putting your being into that place and into that space where nobody else will go. And it's fun. To me, the life that we have, the challenges that we face off against, they're all part of, are you focusing to achieve your dreams? Are you focusing to achieve your goals? Is what you're doing today, if you met me today and you sat down with me, what would you call me? What would you, if you met me today, what would you say by being a part of this journey? And that's what it means to be a legend. A legend is somebody who came along and was themselves ultimately on the inside. A legend is ultimately somebody who came along and was themselves, right? Because it's not about how great we are. It is about expressing oneself to the point where everything that you focus on is you. Is that once upon a time there was a person who came along and this is what they were known for. This is what they were known to be. This is what, right? Because eventually we all become the sands of time. And our stories, our journeys isn't meant for us to have a whole time here. It's meant to have inspired other people. It's meant to have made, because I came along, something happened in your journey, and your journey carried to somebody else's journey, and somebody else's journey carried to somebody else's journey. Because after all we're here for is our journey. And it's not about being perfect. I'm telling you, the only way that you're going to grow is by making mistakes. The only way that you're going to grow is by not doing things perfect. That one thing that you can have the ability over is what you allow your mind to think, what you allow yourself to fuel your being. What is it that you can do to be yourself? See, that's the question I ask myself every day, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? And out in the workday, you're going to come across people. Out in the workday, you're going to come across challenges. Out in the workday, it's going to be positive. There's going to be negatives. And are you going to use those to bring you closer towards yourself? You know, I'm not out here just for me. I'm out here to make that person that I drop off that food's day a little bit lighter. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what challenges they're facing off against. All I know is that my part of it might make their day a little bit lighter. See, we can do that as bus drivers. We can do that as any position that we're working. Can we make somebody's day just a little bit better? Just a little bit. And that's what makes the change in the world. It makes it so much more amazing. You know, when you see somebody who's enjoy at being themselves, you know, you see, wow, that was an amazing thing. But you can be that too. And you can be a part of that too. Life isn't just for you. It's not just for me. It's for all of us. It's for the person who's has the sign asking for the dollar, the person who's giving the dollar to the person who's asking with the sign. It's all of us together, and it's all of us with dreams, goals, and ambitions. And some of them are simpler than others, and some of them feel smaller than others, and there's people out there that feel so small in this world. And then on the other side, we have people that feel so great. But what does it mean that you came along is the question I have. You know, it's great to have all these degrees, it's great to have all these accomplishments, but what does it mean? What does it mean to be that? What would that do for other people's lives? See, when you're helping other people, that's when the Most High uses you as a blessing. When you're out there getting after it, and you're truly out there in the world, and you're being kind to others, when you're not just reading about it, you know, but you're being about it. When you're being is more, you know, and it's when the blessings and the yields start coming your way. It's when you don't need everything that everyone else has, and everything else finds its way to you. That is a blessing to me. Somebody who has everything and nothing at the same time. You know, one of the things that I look at the most is cars, right? So we have a choice. You can lock your car. You can lock your doors. What about the one person who comes with kindness and you let them into your being? What about the one person with kindness and they might be freezing? You know, I remember being at a Chrysler dealership, and one night there was a person who snuck into one of the cars that was accidentally unlocked. And the next day they found this person, and it was freezing cold temperatures outside. And they spent the night inside of a brand new car. Well, let me tell you a little secret. I used to leave cars unlocked. You know why? Because guess what? I want that person to live. I want us to be the change makers in this life. I want us to be the people that are there when you need it. Right? Not just speak about it. You're welcome, Heather. Am I okay to say it, or?
Oh yeah, go ahead, thank you.
Okay, have a blessed day, okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. A lot of people say kindness in all that you do, but they find a reason to be kind, to be that one person who came along, who made it possible. You know, it's up to you to be the game changers, to be the people out there who are dreamers. It's a completely up to you. It's not that challenges won't come your way. It's what are you doing with the challenges you face off against? What are you doing with the time that you have? Is what you're doing, is it satisfying to you? Does it bring you a joy that other people can tell the same story in the things that they're doing? And that's all I want in life. I just want to live. I just want that because I came along, I made your day a little bit lighter. Because I came along, I made your day a little bit more joyful. Is that too much to ask for? And is that too much to be? See, we don't need all the sophisticated equipment to be kind to one another. We don't need all the sophisticated equipment to be ourselves, because we already have it inside of ourselves to be who we are. And it's fun. This life is a group of challenges that nobody else expected. They're a group of mindsets that nobody else could achieve. And I want to inspire you all to use that part of yourself, use that part of your being. See, a lot of the yogis, or those that have been yoked between mind and body, the first stage of achieving that is achieving understanding yourself. And a few days ago, because my father's in the hospital, and he as he's in the hospital, he has an Indian nurse. And this Indian nurse told my father, you have to choose to be positive. Your life is in God's hands. And I sat there and I laughed, because a lot of times we're, I guess, trying our best to I guess the best way to put it, control everything in our lives, right? But that's not really living life, man. You gotta choose that this experience that we have is here for us. You gotta choose that it's not going to hurt you. You gotta choose that all of this that we go through doesn't hold us back, but actually lifts us up. Or you could see the negative in it. And they're both choices. Just like science is a choice. You can choose to ignore science, or you can choose to acknowledge science. It's your choice. For me, positive and negative is all that exists. Light, spectrum energy, energy, Akashic knowledge, the Most High, golden light energy, white light energy, exaltation. These are the blessings that are brought to this planet. For me, life is worth living. It's worth being a part of who we are. It's a part of our challenges and part of our being. And today is a pretty good day out here, man. I mean, it's beautiful, it's cool weather. It's what we make of it, right? What is it that we make of our day? What is it that we do every single day that sets you aside? Beautiful mountain ranges. Is it the ocean? What if you could wake up every single day, everything that you had in your day was just like amazing, what would you do? You know, I'm not looking anymore for what is possible. We are the possible. I'm not looking anymore for when. You know, I think that we're not just here for a day, man. It's not just about today. I'm telling you. That's about your life journey. heading back into Prescott for more food deliveries. Been online for about 1 hour. Still cruising. A lot of people out there, man. They make excuses to not work. You know, they make excuses to not be themselves. You know, it's quite ridiculous, to be honest. Like, I mean, when you make excuses to be yourself, it's not just what you're doing when you're not spending time on yourself is sad. When we're not, there we go, $5. There we go. All right, let's do it. Trip radar. All right. 20 minutes. 4 miles, $5. It's $15 less than an hour. Arby's. All right, here we go. Okay, Arby's, $5. So much fun. I enjoy doing food deliveries like no tomorrow, man. I've been doing this business like no business at all. I was top 10 most complimented food delivery drivers in 2021. Here we go. Let's get it. I'm good, thank you.
Which one?
For Adam.
Adam, I think it just came in for Uber Eats, yeah.
Perfect.
Uber Eats, yeah.
About how long?
About how long, Jay? 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Cool,
A
cool.
few minutes, I don't know what it is what they said.
All right, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's 4 items, right?
Yeah.
All right.
This is a drink right here. And a name for the order?
All right. Let's have a blessed day, okay? Oh, thank you.
Need help with that one?
I'm okay. Have a blessed one, okay? All right. Time to go deliver this. Time to go drop this off. 4 miles away, $5. It's not a bad order. Cool, cool. Just getting it done. A lot of times we paths are possible, right? And so we stop ourselves, man. I'm telling you, your mind is either your best friend or it's your enemy. And if you can't find time alone to find joy in the things of your day, then all your challenges that you face off against, they ultimately will stop. And I'm in the joy of the moment because of the people that have come along in my life and taught me how to grow. And it's quite amazing that I can still be here on this planet and still be present. But it's not just about that, it's about the kindness that we share with one another and the utilization of the power of being yourself. I don't want the challenges that I've at least been through in life to stop me from growing. And I hope that if there's one thing that this message leaves you with is that you can grow and you can be yourself and that people will enjoy you for you. I definitely think that there's no such thing as a challenge that can't be overcome. It's only seeing how to do it. And that if we don't write our goals down, if we don't write our dreams down, if we don't put our minds in places where we organize them, then how in the world can you achieve your dreams? I definitely think that living is not having everything perfect. Living is not having the newest toy, the newest car. Living is the person's face that's smiling because you're their driver. You're their person that got out there and did what nobody else was going to do. It's that sparks my every single day. It sparks me to want to get up and get out there and get after it. I don't know. I think there's much more than a lot of people give themselves credit for. I think there's a much more than a lot of people put their mind towards. It's so funny because I have the same learning disability as David Goggins. Okay? It's 3 times harder for me to learn how to read something, write something, speak something. I was born in San Diego. My only language I speak is English, a little bit of Portuguese. And yet I find joy in just simply being on this planet. Like, a lot of people have given up all of their manifestation just to do what other people would want them to do, just to do what other people would want them to say and become. I had a friend who hid behind their mask and they didn't want to truly be who they are, and because of that, that's all that they found was a mask. And what I'm seeking out after in this life, what I want to become, is all one with the Creator, one with the one that made us all, the one that is in all. And I want to be one with the knowledge inside that we are able to achieve our dreams and our goals, that our yields are possible, that our beings have a purpose. And I believe that it's not what's going on around us that makes us who we are inside. It's what's going on within that reflects outwards. It's that part of ourselves to never stop attitude, that never give up attitude, that never throw in the towel when other people would say it's not possible. And I find that joy and that fun in driving. I find it in and being out there on the road. I absolutely enjoy working with cars, working on cars. I enjoy having cars. I mean, this is something I enjoy. It's not something that is just for show. There's a lot of people, the only thing that they feel that they have is a show car or a show life. They don't utilize their knowledge, their biblical or mentality or anything. And just to give you a story about that, I was inside the hospital and this lady said that meditation is Indian, from India. And a lot of people would think this, but no. Meditation is not from India. There's many parts of the globe, there's many people that have learned to meditate in many different ways from all over the globe. What it is meditation is self-study, self-knowledge, observation of oneself. And this we can all do. This we can all live. This we can all become. This to me is the human experience. This to me is the human being, the being present inside of yourself. And this is not just Indian. This is all of us. And see, we are so subconsciously programmed by our construct around us that we forget sometimes about that it doesn't matter where you're from. You all have energy. You all have a mind. You have a breath. You have your being. And it's not even about that. The greatest part is about the experiences that we have and the abilities that we have to share them with one another, that we have the ability to bless each other, that we have the ability to be more than just what the construct would call us. So that to me is what I'm here for. I'm here to break free from shackles and chains, to break the mind free from the things that are taught to hold one back from being themselves, to not let what challenges or have been taught by other people be the thing that holds us back, what brings us together, brings us out of our challenges. And you can do that, and you can become that when you liberate your mind, when you liberate your being. I do hope that you have a blessed day, okay? All right. There we go. Okay. Off to do the next one. So interesting when I see monks. There's so much more than meets the eye. There is so much more for us to become on a daily basis. And we open our minds past what others would do. You know, I don't know about you, but in my life, if people didn't have shown me kindness, I wouldn't have learned. They didn't show me being, if they didn't show me grace, then how would I have been able to make it this far? And it's that same kindness that we could share towards other people. It's the same kindness that we can become for other people. It's the same kindness that we could lift ourselves out of the dark with. And there we go, another food delivery down. Guys, if you're out there and you're trying to find work, there's always these rideshare companies that, you know, or jobs or sales jobs or things like that that you can do. But do yourself a favor. When you go in for a job, make sure it's something that you're going to enjoy. Don't go in it just for the income. Go into it to find a joy of your lifestyle or become a business owner or something. And don't sit at home playing video games all day long. And don't stay stuck in a job you don't want to be at. That's the worst thing you can do for yourself. More than anything, the people around you, the people that you're trying to uplift, the people that you're trying to bring closer towards you are not going to be brought closer towards you until you are brought closer towards yourself. And a lot of times we forget about that, and because we forget about it, we lose ourselves. So next time you go in for a job interview, make sure it's something that meets not just them, but also yourself. When you're seeking out a position, what does it mean? Like what does that position mean to you? Does it mean that I am going to be exhausted on Friday and Saturday because I have to get up at 2 a.m. to drive? No. Does it mean that I stop? No. What does it truly mean to you? What is, if you could do this thing, what would it mean to you? Seek out after that. Because in the end, it's your life. In the end, you're not going to be held back by what other people say. I'm not a believer of the 9 to 5. Let me tell you that much. I'm not a believer of the this is when it's supposed to end. And here's why. When you go through a drive-thru or you go to your favorite restaurant, are you more worried about the price of things, or are you more worried about the quality? See, if you're not willing to work with your mind for the quality, then you're not going to achieve it. If you're not willing to work with your mind for the ability, you're not going to achieve it. But if you're willing to grind and you're willing to put in the effort, put in the time to continue, even when other people quit, then you're going to achieve it. And like here I am, 1 hour, 30 minutes, right? I turn on my food delivery app, I'm out here working. And I'm also out here achieving my dreams, getting after it. I'm on my YouTube channel. I'm on the motivation, meditation, inspiration grind. I'm not just saying it, I'm being about it. Are you doing that or not? Are you finding that your purpose is more or not? Because you can, and you will, either be a slave or you'll be more. A broom in the middle of the street? What the heck? Wow. I just drove by it. There was a broom in the middle of the street. Going back over to the parking lot, Chick-fil-A. Oh yeah. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Okay. Now waiting for more food deliveries. Um, that's pretty cool. Where we could actually minimize that and actually have cool.